He was the deputy speaker for about 11 years. Then speaker for maybe less than a year. But I want you to remember the greatest contributor to human development, Jesus Christ, who we Christians call the Son of God, lived on earth for only 3 years. He was 33. But what he achieved was enormous. It encompassed the whole world. The Christian faith, arguably still the second largest, besides Islam, is remembered forever and ever. Many of us, including bishops, priests, swear in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. So the length you spend on earth is not related to what you achieve. His integrity, his insistence that meetings should start on time, and the many instructions he gave to new members of parliament will endure forever. And it will be for the good of this country that those things happen. So, if we Christians, we can say he was like Jesus. He lived for a short while, but his message will endure forever. I also saw him, as you have seen in that video, when he came to be guest of honor at the launching of my book, Evolution of Constitutional Law, Public Law, and the Government. That's when I last saw him, talked to him. Herbert, you know those people who attended that function? There is a book where they wrote their names on the board. Bring it here. He was one of the guests who wrote his name on that memorial books. He was a truly nationalist, a man of his word, and like me, he loved keeping time. He was revolutionary in parliament, so that all members would start come at time. If there was a meeting at 11, and Right Honorable Oulanya was chaired it, if you were not there at 11, you would miss a lot. Parliament often sat at 2 p.m. He would be there in time. Many members who came late missed his wisdom and his instructions. When he came to give evidence to the committee of which I was chairman on tourism and Ministry of Commerce, he was a lawyer by then. And obviously his qualities and integrity as a lawyer outshine everything else when we held a meeting with him. So as a lawyer, I'm told he had founded the chambers with someone else, but it is Oulanya, Jacob, who comes through as a great performer. So his contribution to the legal profession was enormous, even though he didn't live very long. Where he lived longest was as Deputy Speaker of Parliament. And there, with Kadaga, they left great history of work. And the future parliaments will build on their legacy, and rather attempts to do right for the parliament of this country. Jacob Oulanya will live in the history of Uganda as a great giant or performer who made many changes possible. He was not fearless. He was loyal to his parties. From time to time, he was a member of UPC, and then latterly of the NRM. And none of the supporters of the UPC or NRM can accuse him of hypocrisy or having betrayed their respective principles. That is the measure of the man we are talking about. As a nation, we shall miss a lot about him, but we will have learnt a great deal more for the better or betterment of our country. I hope there will not be any repercussions, but there will be lessons to be learnt from the integrity and the performance of Jacob Oulanya. I think we should take him and emulate him as an example of what public service is about, what service to a country means, and what role each individual can play in the development of our country, Uganda.